Hello and welcome back to City Skylines with myself, Hollow. I'd like to take a quick moment to apologise for how long it's been. The reason that there hasn't been any City Skylines videos is because we have a nice niche group of people who enjoy watching them, and I don't really have the spots to upload them throughout the week. But I don't want to just only give you one per week, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is make it so on the weekends I get to release multiple City Skylines videos. So on the weekends you guys can check them out and have a watch, whatever, and enjoy them on the weekend, rather than there being a massive gap and only one video, you know, per week or whatever. So hopefully we're going to get plenty of done in this episode and tomorrow's episode as well. And basically it'll be, you know, plenty of City Skylines again on the channel, because I want to continue to progress. I want to continue to do it. It's just I've not been able to, you know, I've not had the time or space for it. So let's start this episode off in a good light, in a fun light, where I'm going to be doing a big expansion, and we're going to be completely removing all of this disgusting pollution at last. I'm very excited about it. Let's begin building up right away. As soon as we tick over to 14k, you can see at the bottom right, bang, there it is. We are now a big city. We have access to crematoriums and, of course, the ever-important water treatment plants. It has finally happened. And so what we're going to go ahead and do is just do a quick pause, slap over here, and we're going to literally just delete these. We're going to get rid of them and then replace them. Don't want to get too close. There we go. And then you just connect the pipes up, no problem. They're on the grid, it's fine. It's beautiful, actually, it works perfectly. And that should be okay. Let's have a quick look. Sewage treatment dropped the hell down while they're not working. And there, it's the way up, perfect, perfect. Also, water availability is not really a thing, you know, kind of concerning. And that's why we have this one over here. So we're going to make a second one that is actually able to just connect up instantly, no problem. The fear was that the pollution would spread and it'd cause an issue on that. Fortunately, we're actually okay. They're very, very far away from that gross muck. You can see the line there as it slowly seeps towards these, which would be the worst thing ever. Fortunately, we have now completely got rid of our disgusting sewage pipes and replaced them with the wonderful water treatment plants. Now, these do not produce no pollution, but they produce significantly less. And this bay, you're going to see over the course of time, a receding pollution pool here, you know. It's going to be much nicer, and the idea and the goal, the hope, is that this is also fixed. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to provide like a little pathway, something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. Provide some nice little pathways over here, like that. And then they'll be able to efficiently get over there using the walkway. You see people are already using it. They can get around a little bit more efficiently without causing any traffic issues, which is really important. So what I decided to do last time, before I actually got the opportunity, is to pretty much connect these walkways up to provide these routes for people to get around with. It's very important that you do this, you know, especially if you want to lower traffic. It's going to be useful, and especially around parks and things like that, you know, it allows people to get to the parks easier, quicker, you know, which means more people have access to it and therefore more happiness. Okay, so the big expansion, it's about time that we do that, but we do need to continue piling in the populace over here by adding this around here, and we're just going to fully fill it in there. Well, not fully, but a lot of filling in, actually. This is seeing a lot of use, isn't it? This massive, crazy, roundabout roller coaster of a road here. I did not expect it to see as much use as it is. And I guess it's because it's a big way for them to get around. And so how I'm going to fix that problem is by adding, finally, some goddamn metro stations. At last. It's going to be great. Let's do it. What we're going to go ahead and do is put it in the industrial section because no one minds. And then we'll just put one in each town, really. And then each town now has a metro. And we'll just connect them up. We'll try and do it in a circuit as well. Those guys are having some serious water problems, so I'm just going to hit pause for a sec. And then find out why they're having an issue. I think I know why. Yeah, I thought so. They're actually awkwardly just off the grid. That's unfortunate for them. Wow. Oh, yeah, the crematoriums. Let's actually give some to the towns. We'll just put one here since there's some connecting roads. We'll just put one in this town. Why not? Because it won't let me. That's why. There we go. I'll also put one in this. How much do they cost? I'm just planting them down. 25 grand. Not that bad, honestly. Give them one. And you guys can have one as well. In your industrial bit. And there we go. They all have one now, bar this town, which they're about to get one. So, there. Beautiful. And the good thing about crematoriums is they're tiny. Look at that new design that they have. They don't take up much space. They're pleasant to look at. They do a really nice job at dealing with the dead. The fiendish dead. Never noticed how this ring system is also on a hill. Like, we've really picked a nice map for these tons and tons of hills. And you can see that these circles and roundabout systems, they're like on different plateaus. God, it's really nice to see. Really like appreciating little things like that, man. Alright, so we built the system up, sure. We built up the connection, but we've not actually made any routes. So we'll do one from here to the next one, and this will just go to each and every one, and then finish the circuit like that. And then we'll do the exact same thing, but backwards. And that's that. Done. Everyone's got a connection now, and we now have a metro. So we have a bus like line station thing. We have a metro in each town. We also need to do a train station thing soon. What I want to do with that is like a route that goes around the outside and only the outside. The metro station kind of does that job. But a big part of why you need train stations is exporting and importing. You want to export goods, you want to import goods, and especially in a town where we really don't have much production of retail and stuff like that, we are doing a lot of exporting, as I've mentioned in the previous episodes. So it's a good thing to be aware of, that we need it. Let's finish up this up here then. I mean, every time I sit down to play City Skylines, dude, it's just like one of the most relaxing experiences. Just every time. I love it so much. Okay, commercial still needs more, which is unfortunate. Just put some there a little bit. We're trying to buy time here, really. There's also this section here. Can have some commercial here, since it's away from the towns. From the homes, even. And then we'll put some office space as a buffer. You know, away from the commercial. And then we'll put more residential here. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Lovely system right there. We also have some here. And then we're actually done, so we really need to expand. Are you guys also not on the water grid? Wow. Another unfortunate gridding there, but it's sorted. It's because I built those roads later, you know, after. And this one here. Connect to the end there, and then they're pretty much on. Hopefully they have it as well. Otherwise I'm going to have to do something like that. Let's find out if these guys complain. People are going to live right here, because they're just barely off the water grid. They're like half in it, half not. See if they have a problem with it. So far they're fine with it. Top banking. Weird looking bank. Also, what's with these clown heads on the top? You see those? The hell? Oh man. Okay, sweet. So that's all sorted. Everything's sorted, so let's just quickly go through the tabs for this big expansion so we check that things are working and all that. Good. Landfill usage is okay. Incineration status is not great, but it's fine. Oh, someone else is having a water problem. They're just off the grid up here as well. Exactly the same problem, guys. Good thing I noticed. There we go. Alright, medical-wise, it's fine. Safety's not great, is it? It's still not great. I think I'm going to give them firehouse as well. I'm just scared, you know, that things will go wrong. So I'm just trying to prevent that from happening. Cost me a little bit of money, then whatever. I'm currently doing pretty good on money. So they're a bit safer now. And, oh, that's something I wanted to do. I wanted to give them a way to get around here by adding a nice road. Just like I've done in the other section of town. A nice curving road that provides them a way to get between here. There's a part that I've not roaded up. I finally started watching Rick and Morty, guys. It's such a good show. It's really good. Cannot recommend that show enough. Really fucking funny. Don't know why I brought it up at that moment, but I did. It's a good show. Okay, there. How many of you guys are actually watching Rick and Morty? I heard that Aaron Hansen, guy who runs Game Grumps or Ego Raptor, he's actually in one of the episodes as a character. I assume that's somewhere in season 2. Really want to see that. I've always been a big fan of his. His animations have been top-notch quality. He's a really good voice actor. He's also doing some music stuff as well now with Starbomb since he met Danny. Holy shit, he's doing really good for himself, actually, now I think about it. Good for him. Good for him. I think he knows the guy who makes Rick and Morty, like, personally, prior to the creation of the show. So he ended up on the show. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's do our expansion, finally. So what we're going to do, what we plan to do, is do a 6-lane road, right? But I want to have a bicycle theme in this town. I want to be able to say, yeah, these guys can, you know, use the bicycles as much as they want. So we want an entrance part for the town, which we've been doing this like design, so we'll do that again. So what I ended up doing is going 2 and then 2, and then we're just going to connect it up normally. And that's fine, that works. There we go, perfect. And that's going to be the big sort of main section of town. But also, I'd like to do something a bit weird with it and get a roundabout. This will all be commercial here, by the way, around this section. So I'm also going to get rid of these roads. And I want to have, like, I don't know, a small roundabout in the middle. Like that. This is going to be really weird. That's underneath, by the way. There we go. It goes over. So that's in and out. Perfect. And then we want one on the other side as well. So that needs to come up like this. There we go. That works. That's a nice curve. And there you have it. So that's the way in and out of this crazy town. Look at that contraption I have made. And there's a thing underneath, a roundabout underneath. Let me remind you. Oh man, that's crazy. Look at that. It's like a weird monster or something. I kind of like it. Wow. Okay, so 6-lane roads, and it has to be a bicycle theme is the idea, right guys? So we'll use this as the inspiration for the roads. So it's going to be all like wavy, basically. So we'll bring this around like this. We want it to be big enough to fit roads inside of. That's the point. It needs to curve back in on itself. Like a lot. There we go. And then that wants to have roads in between it. Is that possible? It is. Just barely. So if I do this... Quite a tight turn here. Like that. And then we can just connect them up. Like that. This will look really good at night, but right now while I'm like coming up with a concept, it's probably not going to look great. There we go. So you got the big swirl on itself and then roads in between it. That's the idea. So I'm going to just do weird things like that until we have a full built town. Wow, we just hit Grand City while I was building. We've got the solar power plant. Wonderful. It's a good thing that we got some nice energy and safe energy to use now, which will be very nice to see. And I'll set that up very shortly as well. Wow, that one's big. Look at the size of that one. Jesus. Okay, let's put that back on ×3, by the way. And then build some more roads in between it. Like that. There. Another one here. Next up there. And one here. Like this. That can connect here. Wow, okay. It's crazy. And the one last one here. That can connect up. I'd rather just do it like this. There we go. Wow, look at that. And then let's see the light. Just perfectly timed. I want to see the light difference. So you can see the highway entrance there. And then the ring road with a 6-lane. And then the smaller roads in between it. That's the purpose of that build. To have smaller ones in between it. That gives it this really nice visual feel and design. I know it's random as hell, but it looks really good. I'm really happy with that. That worked really good. Awesome. So let's pipe this bad boy up. We're also going to build a solar power plant as well. So let's do that then. Okay, it's all watered up now, all piped up. It's kind of weird to do. There was so much space to actually fill. Like that weird piping design. It's kind of neat. I like it. Are you guys going to be okay with what? Looks like they're just barely okay. That's good. And then getting them on the grid is just going to be a case of building correctly, like we've done many times before. And then just hopefully efficiently adding it to the grid. Is that still connected to nothing? Apparently it is. That's too bad. Okay, so let's choose to build up some offices. And then we'll build them here. And then we'll just grid them up like right away. Which shouldn't be too bad. Nor too expensive. And then obviously we're going to have to give them all the facilities that they're going to need to get around. I was thinking about giving them a road to connect up to here, but I feel like that might be a mistake. I'm not sure. I could do like a really long one that goes around the highway, but I don't know whether that would work. Either way, let's give them some power immediately, please, and thank you. There we go. Where am I going to put this solar power plant? I just kind of need to plonk it down somewhere. You know what? Right here is fine. There you go. Solar power plant right there. Harnesses the power of the sun and converts it into clean energy. Solar power plant is a green choice, but it costs a lot. During the night, solar power does not produce much electricity, obviously. But either way, look at it. It's working. It's right next to the prison. Gives them something to look at, I guess. Good lord. Kind of weird that it's next to a prison, I guess. Oh well. Let's do some zoning then, shall we? Let's fill this thing in. So we want to keep the commercial to this section. And it's awkward because the demand's not that high right now for any buildings. So we're letting it fill in and letting that demand come back. And then we're going to pile it all the way down here until we can connect the commercial up on the grid. And then residential can be all wherever in these swirls. Just not directly next to the commercial because of the noise pollution that it makes. So while we wait, let's give them some things that they're going to need. They're going to need... Well, probably they're okay on these ones. We'll see if it becomes a problem. But they're going to need a hospital, so we'll give them one of those. I guess we'll put it... God, it's not going to get everywhere, is it, this hospital? We may need to build some clinics around the place. Oh well, we'll put it at the entrance. Which is not going to be on the grid, so that's something we can't actually do yet. Crematorium, then. Put one, like, right there. Makes them happy. Then we'll also give them... Well, we want to do the same thing with the fire station. We'll have to build some firehouses around. Same for the police. Education-wise, elementary schools pretty low. But we want that. But not for these guys. So I'll probably give them some good education at the very least. We're also going to have to set up public transport for the place. And give them some good residential value. So there's lots to do. But while we wait for things to build up, why don't we give them a zoo? Oh my god, look at it. Okay, modern zoo. Does make sound around it. But that's okay. Put the zoo there. Right next to the highway. Why not? Kind of a weird spot. Look at it. It's really nice looking, actually. God. It's really nice. Do you see any animals in there? I can hear the sounds of them. But I don't see any of them. There's fish in there. There's bears there. Oh, there's one. Holy shit, look at it go. There's a bear there. We have some restaurant, cafe there. Lizards, birds. That's a really nice building. Wow. Alright, my demand to continue building is back, so let's do that. All the bloody way down here. We want it to connect up to the commercial. Pretty much right away. And then we can build some commercial right here. Along this strip. And then that should connect up quite nicely. Which means I can now start building things that they need, such as a hospital. Which can go right there. And then the same for the fire station. Pretty much right next to it. And the police station. Police headquarters even. Right there. Perfect. Costs a lot of money to do this expansion, but it's worth it in the end. They're going to get gridded up very soon. As you can see, they're building in. There it is. They're on the grid. Wonderful. And then we just need to start blasting through on this demand. And eventually this whole place is going to be gridded up, but we have to start somewhere. And that beginning is obviously to grid it all up and let time pass a little bit. My population is just rapidly going up. We're almost at the 20k mark, which will give us nothing. You got to get to 28k for a capital city, which gives us the harbours. So we should probably set up some train lines at some point as well. So we could do that soon. It's good. Finally, what we need to do while we're waiting for this to be built up more is, of course, district it. With just a normal whatever district. Don't need to worry about it for now. And then we'll just do this. Like that. All the way around there. And then just fill it in the middle. No problem. Popular. Oh, what was that? Poplar Heights. I thought it said Popular Heights. Wow. Kind of a weird name. It's nice to see all the people coming in and using this monstrosity that I've built. Look at it. It's like it is just like a monster, isn't it? I love it. And it's nice to see everyone using it at last. That's great. I'm actually having to splurge out a little bit with the commercial. I originally said, I want it to be in this center, but I still need more. So we are going to have to move it out at some point, which is actually already now, into this section in the middle here. And then we can buffer it with some office zones when we need to, which will be very quick, honestly, because there's going to need to be some here to stop them from bothering the residential areas, which is okay, whatever. It's going to need some be here as well if we need that, whatever. It's not a problem. Here as well. Anywhere near commercial, basically, needs to be buffered a little bit by offices to avoid the noise pollution that they cause. Some right here as well, and here. Actually, not there, because this can just be, that can just be commercial right here. Whatever, no problem. Then we can buffer it again. I don't want to go too overboard with it. I might buffer where I don't need to, for example. But yeah, I'm basically, that's the concept, that's the idea. There we go, my commercial demand has significantly dropped. My residential is finally coming because there's places to work and buy things. Yeah, so let's actually look at the traffic that's working. A lot of people coming from down, well, up there to use this road. If I actually go to the traffic tab, have a physical look at it, you can see where's got the most traffic, and it's these two off-ramps to let you on to the upper or lower side that have so much use, but there isn't too much problems with it yet, but you can clearly see there will be in the future, and I'm sure it'll be a problem at some stage. So if we can get on that faster, sooner than later, that'll be a good idea. So let's have a quick look over now at what we've got going on. We have these wonderful districts, but it's this thing, this monstrosity we made this episode, and it's just great to see, especially at night, the lights and the colours of everything moving and bustling along. We have the commercial district, which is struggling right now because I built a little bit more than I should have, honestly. We have a little bit of office over here, we have a little bit of office over here, a lot over here, and then we're actually starting to see some homes being built up in this residential district, which is just going to be, I don't really want to set out like I did over here, where if you have a look, we got one for residential, the office area, and then in the middle the commercial. I'd rather have it just fairly randomized, honestly, just for a bit of variety, which would be nice. Actually having some serious issues with the law over here, like we thought, because the roads is system. So we're going to actually plonk a police station right here on the very edge, just so that I can deal with that and help those over here. And I'm sure I'll need to do that for some health-related stuff, fire-related stuff in the future. We're also probably going to see a lot of abandonments because the way that I built this commercial zone, it looked like I needed more than I did, but eventually those buildings will be used. It's not that big of a problem, and it'll definitely help when I actually start building things that increase their residential value, the value of their buildings, and market value, I guess, property value, which I'll be doing next time. Either way, thanks so much for watching this episode today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do leave a like. I will see you again tomorrow for the next City Skylines video. That's right, it is indeed going to be City Skylines Weekends. Hope you enjoy that, and yeah, I'll see you next time, guys.